Good afternoon. I'll call to order the meeting of the Public Utilities Commission for the month of February. First item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from the annual meeting and special meetings held January 24th and February 6th.
I'd offer that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes of the annual meeting of the Public Utilities Commission held January 24th, 2017, and the special meeting held February 6th, 2017, indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next, we have the Utilities Director Activity Report.
Okay, President Heine, Commissioners, I've outlined a couple items from the Director's Report of note. The 69 kV transformer that was due to be delivered the first part of March has been delayed to the end of March, and this delay is due to the testing schedule from the company we're purchasing it from. The project still, however, will be on track to be completed on time. The number 2 boiler is online. It's driving both back pressure steam turbines, and we have the number 1 boiler that's on hot standby. The gas department submitted the 2016 gas distribution annual report to the U.S. Department of Transportation, Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration. And then we have the employee of the month is Scott Osborne. He is our January employee of the month. He has been with the PUC since 1982 and has recently been promoted to construction chief. He just recently completed a filing system for our large volume gas customer mercury recorders. So we're happy to have Scott on staff.
Okay, yep, and thank you to Scott. Does anybody have any questions of Ms. Manderfeld?
I'll make a motion to receive and order filed the report regarding utility operations during the month of February 2017.
I'll second.
All those in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And the motion carries. Next, we have some year-end carryovers to consider.
Okay, this is a request we have at year end. The items that are on the list are that we're requesting carryovers for have either been started in 2016 and they haven't been completed yet, or we have an outstanding PO, or there was some type of delay for a various reason that we weren't able to complete the project for 2016. So we're requesting a carryover of the funds to 2017 to increase the budget for this year.
I'll offer the motion to approve the year-end carryovers for the year ended December 31st, 2016.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, and the motion carries. Next, we have a resolution to consider regarding the 2017 PUC schedule of steam rates.
President Heine, Commissioners, this was a item that was on the November 2016 commission meeting to increase the industrial steam rate by 1% due to the number 2 boiler project. However, there was an error on the PUC action form, and so we're bringing this back to you for a revised request. It's still the same request. It's a 1% increase to just the industrial rate. And attached to the PUC action form is the actual redlined schedule of steam rates. So we just need to reauthorize this.
Madam President, I'd offer a motion to adopt a resolution, waive the reading, approving of the 2017 PUC schedule of steam rates to be effective April 1st, 2017, as per attached recommendation.
I'll second.
Okay, is there any discussion on that motion? Do we need to take the roll for this?
Yes, it's a resolution.
Okay.
So Commissioner Bernick,
Yes.
Commissioner Fingland,
Yes.
Commissioner Hillesheim,
Yes.
President Heine.
Yes. And the motion carries. The next item on the agenda is to consider authorizing attendance at a conference for Mr. Swanson.
Commissioners, this is a request for William Swanson for our Energy Services Representative. He would like to attend the APPA Key Accounts Program. The benefit of this program for attending this year is that it's actually in Sioux Falls this year, and so he'll be able to complete it in a more of a cost-effective way. So we're requesting that he be allowed to attend this training.
Madam President, I'd authorize attendance of the American Public Power Association Key Accounts Certificate Program, April 18th through the 21st, 2017, in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, for Mr. William Swanson.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next, we have request to authorize bid for construction services. Mr. Persig is going to present.
Good afternoon. This is for the Southside Substation, the construction services to basically wire and energize the transformer that will be delivered, like we just said, at the end of March. I handed out before the meeting the recommendation letter from PSE. They're recommending that we use Conductor Power, and Conductor Power's bid was about $208,000 under the engineer's estimate of $425,000. So the bid was actually $216,000 is what we're looking at right now, or $237,000 for the base bid option, but we may take some of their price breaks later on. So, is there any other questions I can? And right now it is, like Chris said, under budget and will be done on time.
You want that bid amount in there, the $237.96?
Yeah.
Let's
Must be
suppose so.
right.
I'd authorize the city manager to award the bid of $237,096 for construction services for the transformer and a 69 kV breaker installation at the Southside Substation to the firm of Power Systems Engineering.
Well, the
They
Conductor Power as well.
Conductor Power, I'm sorry.
Excuse me.
To Conductor Powers.
Could I also request that, as we sometimes do in the past, to allow the city manager 5% leeway for change orders that periodically come up?
I would include that in my motion.
I'll second.
Does anybody have any questions or further discussion on the motion? Okay, so I think we have, the motion is to authorize the city manager to award the bid of $237,096 for construction services for the transformer and a 69 kV breaker installation at the South Side Substation to Conductor Power of, not sure where's Conductor Power from.
Third paragraph.
I don't see it.
Doesn't say where they're from.
I think they're from Nisswa.
Nisswa, Minnesota. And to authorize the city manager 5% leeway for change orders,
Correct.
correct? Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay. Any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is to discuss another contract for gas system analysis. Is Mr. O'Brien presenting this?
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, this is a budget item that we talked about at the last budget meeting. And what we want to do is do a system analysis of our system, the gas system, which has never been done before. And we wanted to look at our corrosion, our any place in our system where we have bottlenecks, make sure our capacities are good in our reg stations, and just do a flow model of our entire system. And also, we want them to look at our cathodic protection system and make it more efficient in how we get our readings. We found 3 companies, but it's very difficult to find one company that did all 3. LSC, who we would like to award the bid to, is at a higher cost. But when they came with 2 people to talk to us about the system and what we needed done, they gave us an actual report of what they were going to do with a timeline. And it was very thorough. We had 3 people look at the 3 bids, and each gave our own recommendation of that bid. So with that information, we decided we would like to go with Lake Superior Consulting to do our work and use them in the future also for more than just this project.
President Heine, just a comment also to that. The other 2 consultants that he had talked with, one of them wasn't able to do a large portion of the contract, and so even though their bid was lower, we would probably have to hire someone else to take a look at that because they weren't able to do that. And the other company also, they didn't necessarily have the software that we use, so there'd be some conversion issues with it. And so it just seemed that this company was a better fit for what we were looking for, what we needed.
That's correct.
And the funding was within the budget
Yeah.
that we put forth?
Yes, actually
Yes.
under.
Under, okay.
I'll make a motion authorizing the city manager to accept and sign the proposal for the New Ulm gas system analysis from Lake Superior Consulting in the amount of $62,163.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. The next item relates to engineering and geotechnical services for the 3 million gallon reservoir.
This is, we brought this to you before to do the geotechnical exploration, and we got an initial proposal on what we could do. This will be getting us some more options on what we could do, because we felt the first option was maybe a little excessive and awfully high priced. And this will start the detailed design work. This firm will actually do the design, where the last people look at it don't do detailed geotechnical structural foundation design. So is there any more?
Dan, maybe you want to just explain what the issue is,
Okay,
just as a reminder.
if you remember the pictures we showed a couple months ago, we got some significant erosion. About half of the Heinen Hill is missing from where it originally was. And we're trying to mitigate that to keep it from migrating back. Because once you crack that foundation under that 3 million gallon tank, there will be no, well, you'll try to repair it, but it will not ever really seal up. It'll keep moving on you. So,
Is that tank a tank that you expect to be there for 20, 30 years down the road? It's not something that will go away anytime soon?
other than this issue, the condition it's in, and with the rehab that the water department just did do it, I think 3 years ago,
Uh-huh.
there's no reason for that tank not to be there for a significant period of time.
Okay, thank you. I'd offer the motion authorizing the city manager accept and sign the proposal for engineering services for the 3 million gallon reservoir at the Heinen Hill Street location, geotechnical preliminary design from Short Elliott Hendrickson Incorporated in the amount of $14,400.
I'll second.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion carries. Next is to consider a resolution declaring our intent to reimburse expenditures with tax-exempt general obligation public utility revenue fund bonds.
President Henning.
Mouthful.
Yeah, President Henning, Commissioners, this is a resolution that will allow us to capture expenses that are 60 days before and up to 18 months after the sale of bonds. We're looking to go out to sell bonds for our ATAD and 20th Lift Station project that's coming up. And right now, we're currently working with PFM, our financial consultant, to look at, to do an outline and to set a date for the sale of bonds. That sale date will be somewhere between June and August. And so this authorization will just allow us to capture costs that we've already expensed for this project before the sale of the bonds. Once we have determined the date of the bonds, there'll be another resolution and intent coming to you to let you know that of the date of sale.
I'll offer the motion to adopt a resolution and waive the reading to declare official intent of New Ulm Public Utilities Commission to reimburse expenditures with proceeds of tax-exempt general obligation public utility revenue fund bonds.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, I think we need to call.
Commissioner Bernick?
Yes.
Commissioner Fingland?
Yes.
Commissioner Hillesheim?
Yes.
President Heine?
Yes. That motion carried. The next item on the agenda is to authorize staff to purchase equipment and vehicles for electric distribution, gas, and wastewater departments.
This PUC action form is looking at purchasing for the electric distribution department, replacing their 1986 Ford dump truck, and also purchasing a new mini excavator. For the electric department, these two items, actually three items, the chassis and then the dump truck box and the mini excavator were all purchased off of the state contract. The budget for the dump truck was $100,000 and the budget for the John Deere mini excavator was $70,000. The gas department is looking at replacing two vehicles. In this particular case, they received quotes and they compared those to the state contract. And the people that we got the quotes from were lower than the state contract. They're looking to replace a 2004 Chevy pickup and a 2005 Chevy Silverado. Budget for the 2004 was $32,000, and the budget for the 2005 was $75,000. The 2005 Chevy Silverado has a crane attachment to that. And the third item is replacing a 2004 Ford truck for the wastewater department. And this particular one, again, several quotes were obtained and they were compared to the state bid. The budget on this particular item, this 2004 Ford, was $32,000. So we're asking the commission to approve these vehicles and equipment.
So will there be a crane attached to the new truck that's replacing the 2005 Silverado? Because you said that the amount on budget was it 70,000?
$70,000.
So
Dave is here, maybe he can answer that question.
Yeah, just looking at it, I would assume it's without the crane, and the crane's coming later.
Right.
That's correct. The utility box and crane are not included. This is just the chassis. We'll be adding those on.
Okay.
We're looking at refurbishing the crane that's there and comparing that to the price of a new one.
Okay, great.
So,
Good. I'd offer the motion to authorize staff to purchase equipment and vehicles for the electric distribution, gas, and wastewater departments.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The next item is to consider declaring surplus property.
Yes, this is due to the conversion of our street lighting from HPS to energy efficient LED. And so there's 1670 watt high pressure sodium light fixtures that we've removed and replaced them with LED light fixtures. And we're looking at selling these lights through GovDeals auction website. So we're asking that the commission declare these surplus.
So I just have one question. Is there a materiality level that we have to claim something as surplus property through the PUs, through this meeting? I was just a little surprised when I saw $80.
Typically, we wouldn't claim the light bulb because it's a consumable, but we would claim the fixture.
Okay, so,
Even, it could have a value of 0, but because it's a, more or less a, in my mind, a capital kind of a thing, we have lots of them and physically is there.
Okay.
We typically run them through the surplus process.
okay, thank you.
I'll offer the motion to declare light fixtures as surplus property and authorize disposition pursuant to the requirements of the city code and charter.
Second.
Any additional discussion on that motion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We have one final item on the agenda to consider the list of claims paid and claims to be paid.
I'd offer the motion to accept the list of claims paid in the amount of $3,190,430.93 and approve the list of claims to be paid in the amount of $369,110.71.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries, and we are adjourned.